The SUB 750T is finally back. The Doxa catalogue has been missing one of its deepest divers for years now, and while we got a limited edition Clive Cussler model a few weeks ago, Doxa made the right decision and brought one of its brand's toughest timers back to full production. Why does it matter that we're getting another SUB watch? Doxa already stocks the SUB 200T, 300T, 600T, and the 1500T, with a few extra variations thrown in there for good measure. So why add another depth rating and grow the catalogue even more? Now, technically speaking, this watch is identical to the one that Zach reviewed recently, but I want to focus on the subtle shifts to the Doxa design language in recent times, and this 750T gives us the perfect excuse to have a look at what they've been up to and how it applies across the entire range. The SUB 750T held an important position in the diving lineup for the brand, as it bridged that gap from the 600 to the ultra-deep 1500, as it was a watch that was still wearable day to day, but tough enough to withstand anything you care to throw at it. While it has been out of the offering for a number of years now, its return marks a continuation of recent brand strategy. So this will look very, very similar to those of you who know the brand's current offering. The measurements of this SUB 750T are near identical to the model that they released 20 years ago, bar one important metric, the thickness. Originally, this watch was 14mm thick, and now Doxa has managed to get it down to 11.95 without compromising on that all-important water resistance. By putting a flat sapphire crystal on this model, it not only keeps it a bit slimmer, but also makes it feel more modern. The case shape stays that familiar barrel shape, which makes its 45mm diameter far more wearable than it sounds on paper, and that is thanks to the 47mm lug-to-lug measurement. This is what makes this model still incredibly wearable despite its impressively deep resistance rating. Capping it off is the useful and recognisable serrated edge unidirectional rotating bezel that features 2 layers of information. While the orange dial will certainly be the main focus of attention, there are actually 8 dial options available with this model, which is what we have come to expect from the modern catalogue. And as always, we have those nautical names for the dial colours: Professional Orange, Shark Hunter Black, Sea Rambler Silver, Caribbean Blue, Diving Star Yellow, Aquamarine Blue, White Pearl White, and Sea Emerald Green. Have you got a favourite dial colour for this model? Let me know down in those comments. Let's take a look at the details that make this a truly modern Doxa. First of all, they've standardised the formatting of the model name on the dial. Previous versions of the 750T went between having a space and no space between the sub and the number, but the modern catalogue answers the question of how this should be laid out, placing a space between the 2 elements that sit above the dial colour name. Next, we have the hour markers. These are all printed in loom to help provide legibility at the deepest of depths, but there is some variation across the range, with cream-coloured loom appearing on the Professional, Shark Hunter and Sea Rambler models, while all others have pure white, with the only other difference appearing on the blue Caribbean dial that has full white markings rather than the black sides that the others feature. Of course, these dials differ from that Clive Cussler limited edition, as they don't feature the Numa logo down in that bottom left quarter. Inside this watch is the Sellita SW300 automatic movement, a reliable calibre with a commendable 56 hours of power reserve. While it might lack the prestige of an in-house movement, it will certainly stand up to the tough situations this watch was made for. Holding it all together, you have a choice. Either the classic Doxa Beads of Rice bracelet with its transition between polished and brushed links that has really become a staple of the brand at this point, or you can have a dial matching rubber strap. Both of these strap options come with Doxa's undefeated micro adjustment clasp that I think might be one of the best in class, whether you're taking it into the ocean or just into the office. The inclusion of the SUB 750T back into the catalogue gives a real sense of completion to Doxa's modern offering, and it's great to see it back. But let me know down in the comments which of the sub range is your favourite, and where do you rank this new 750T? As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Time+Tide YouTube channel to never miss another review just like this one.